thought you're running from right now. The one that claws at your ribs when the world sleeps? Tonight, we let it speak. It's the one that flickers behind your eyelids when you hit snooze for the third time. It's the cold whisper that slithers through the cracks of your bravest excuses. The one that says you're not who you promised yourself you'd be. You try to drown it out with noise, with busy work, with the frantic scroll through a world that seems to have it all figured out. But in these quiet hours, when it's just you and the hum of the refrigerator, that thought finds you. It doesn't shout. It simply waits. And its silence is the loudest sound you've ever heard. For years, I thought the answer was a spark. I was addicted to the spark. The sudden jolt of inspiration at a seminar. The fiery podcast that made me pound the steering wheel. The perfect quote on a sunset background that promised tomorrow would be different. I'd lie in bed, electric with possibility, crafting a new version of myself in the dark. That version was a marvel. He woke at 5. He crushed his workouts. He built empires before breakfast. He was a god fueled by pure motivation. And then the alarm would blare, and the god would be gone, leaving only me. The spark would gutter and die in the face of the first real challenge. The cold floor, the tired eyes, the sheer gravitational pull of the warm mattress. I'd bargain with myself. Just 10 more minutes. I'll start tomorrow. I'm not feeling it today. And the spark, that fickle, fleeting ghost, would vanish without a trace. I chased it like a fool, chasing a will-o'-the-wisp through a swamp, always believing the next one would be the real thing, the one that would finally stick. I was a connoisseur of sparks, a collector of false starts, a museum of my own abandoned beginnings. I was waiting for a feeling, and feelings are the most treacherous compass ever created. Because here is the truth they don't sell you in the highlight reels. It's not motivation. It's not luck. It's discipline. The moment you get serious about discipline, your whole life transforms. Not because you suddenly want to do the hard things, but because you do them even when you don't want to, especially when you don't want to. Motivation is a gust of wind. It feels incredible while it lasts, pushing your sails, making you feel alive and unstoppable. But the wind always dies. It is not a force you can build a life upon. Discipline is the ocean current, deep, silent, powerful, and unyielding. It doesn't care if there's wind or not. It moves you forward with a gravity that is its own. The gust is a guest. The current is the home. Your doubt is not a cage. It's the first tremor of wings. That resistance you feel. The heavy, sticky feeling in your chest when you know you should get up and write, or run, or create, or learn. That isn't a stop sign. That is the starting line. That feeling is the raw material. It is the uncarved stone. Discipline is the chisel. The chisel doesn't ask the stone how it feels about being shaped. It simply applies pressure, again and again, until the form within is revealed. Let's talk about that chisel. Let's talk about the 3 laws of this silent, relentless force. The first law is the ritual. This is where you build your altar to the current, not the gust. The ritual is non-negotiable. It is the thing you do not for results, but for the doing itself. It is the cold shower that steals your breath at dawn. It is the blank page you fill with 300 words before you're allowed to check your phone. It is the 5 miles your feet pound into the pavement, even when your mind is screaming for the couch. The ritual is boring. It is repetitive. It is profoundly, earth-shatteringly unsexy. And it is sacred, because every time you complete it, you are not just doing a task. You are casting a vote. You are voting for the person you are becoming over the person you were. You are telling the universe, and more importantly, telling yourself that your word to yourself is law. The second law is the embrace of the empty. You must fall in love with the void. The empty gym at 5 in the morning. The silent studio before the brush touches the canvas. quiet room with only a book for company. This is where the magic is brewed, in the absence of applause, in the vacuum of external validation. This is where you learn to be your own company, your own coach, your own source of validation. This is where you discover that the work itself is the reward, the feeling of completion, of a thing well done, of a promise kept to yourself. That is a deeper, richer, more sustaining joy than any fleeting hit of praise from the outside world. The empty is not lonely, it is fertile ground. The third law is the death of the negotiating mind. This is the most important one. This is the battlefield where most wars are lost. The negotiating mind is the part of you that says, "I'll just skip today. It's only one day." It's the part that rationalizes, that bargains, that offers you a cheap consolation prize in exchange for your self-respect. You must kill it. You must become a benevolent dictator of your own life. When the alarm rings, you do not have a conversation with the mattress. You swing your feet to the floor. It is not a debate. It is a decree. The decision was made the night before, when you were strong. You do not renegotiate treaties when you are weak. You execute the plan. Period. This sounds harsh. It is, but it is the kindest form of cruelty you will ever practice on yourself. Because every time you silence the negotiator, you strengthen the sovereign. This is not about punishment. This is about liberation. Discipline feels like a prison, only. From the outside, from the inside, it is the key. It is the key that unlocks you from the tyranny of your moods, from the prison of your fleeting feelings, from the constant exhausting roller coaster of being at the mercy of every passing whim. When you are disciplined, you are free. Free from the anxiety of inaction. Free from the guilt of promises broken. Free to build a life that is not a reaction to the world, but a creation of your own will. So look at that thought, the one that found you tonight. Don't run from it. Invite it in. Sit with it. Let it ask its painful question. Who are you really? And now, you have your answer. You are not the person who feels like doing it. You are the person who does it. You are the cold floor at dawn. You are the last rep when the muscles burn. You are the saved money, the written page, the practiced skill. You are the ritual. You are the embrace of the empty. You are the silence that comes after the negotiator has been shown the door. Your life does not transform when you find motivation. It transforms the day you stop looking for it. The day you decide that the spark is a liar and the current is your only true guide. The day you understand that the weight behind your eyelids is not fatigue, but the raw material for your own reinvention. That thought, the one that claws at your ribs, it isn't your enemy. It is your co-conspirator. It is the part of you that remembers the blueprint, the original design, the person you were always meant to be before you got lost in the chase for a feeling. It's not asking you to feel like a god. It's asking you to get up and act like one. Starting now. Starting with the very next thing you know you need to do. The night is almost over. The world is about to wake up. But you are already awake. Let this be the last night you are visited by that thought, as a specter of regret. Let the next time it comes, it finds you already at work, and it has no choice but to sit silently and watch you build your masterpiece. One disciplined, unglamorous, glorious brick at a time.